Pete Yoga. I like him. So far, I like him the best. He's one of these guys I think that you can just sit down and he kind of follows you around. Yeah, that's what I thought. And this is Derrick's backyard studio, and I spent some time with him at our on our Artisan Meets server, and I screen shared with him, and we got this far. We kind of blocked it out, and by blocking it out, I mean we just, instead of having a lot of detail, we just work out the size, and the proportions of a project, that kind of thing. And then what I do is go back and start to detail everything. We have our Advantech out of the way. What do I have? That looks all right. And I'm going to use this framing right here as a start. So I'm going to take this and put it right here. And we're going to alter this to work. Well, that's cool. It's 10 feet wide. That came in handy. So what we're going to do is bring these two down here. What if I made these? Did I just make them groups, or did I make them? I think I did the right thing. Oh yes, I made them components. Aren't I smart? Sometimes I do the smart thing, sometimes I don't. The reason that's smart is because all I had to do is grab one of them and all four of them came. You see, I want these outside ones to be doubles because they're going to act like a beam also, and you'll see in a minute. And so then I'm going to, what did I make these? 2x8s? Yeah. So we're going to guess that we need, let's just start off with that and see how far that gets us. I figured it was one more. I just didn't want to flirt with it. It was close. And then this one, we'll move it out of the way for a second. Why is it doing that? And then we'll copy. Do we need these? Let's see. Now I need to start off on this side. And so this is just bridging, and I keep forgetting to grab the opposite one. What this does is it gives you a lot of rigidity. Okay, so even though your joist will span this far, if you put this row of blocking down the middle, it'll make it extra stiff. So when you're, out there doing your crazy yoga, the smooth yoga wouldn't put any extra, force on the floor. But if you're going to be jumping around and bouncing around, you don't want your floor to be a trampoline, okay? And then we'll take this, put it back. Where does that go? It goes, get down there. There we go. Up there, and then you could probably skip this one, but I'm going to go ahead and show it anyway because it'll be hard to nail and it'll probably just break, but it's easy for me to do it in the computer, so I'm going to go ahead and show it. Harder in life to install. That's going to be, maybe you put some construction adhesive on both ends and just slide it in or something. So that's going to be your floor system. Okay, and I'll show this. Different views, so that you can. So it won't be that hard to do when you're building it. You'll have different views you can turn on that'll show you. I had some Advantech I liked a lot somewhere, and I forgot where I put it. I think it was, I found it. Yeah, this is, and if I turn off this floor plate and I turn on the subfloor, yes, look at that beautiful, beautiful Advantech that I found. That's awesome. This is a where I am for my apprenticeship school, artisan school of construction. We're starting from the ground up, and we're doing framing all the way through. And what we're going to do is paste that. You'll see how much better that looks. It looks a lot more real than SketchUp's version of OS. Well, that's the OSB hatch. I'm going to make another group. But we want our materials to look realistic, you see, because I don't really deal with, this is so realistic. Look at that. It shows the tongue and groove. And I love that, right? It makes it more of a pain for me because I have to go in here and grab this little corner. And, oh, that's not the corner. That's the corner. And then I have to move this over. Because what we don't do, we don't cut the tongue off. We just kind of start it. Oops, I didn't mean to copy it. Okay, didn't mean to do that. We just start it flush like that. Because your wall's sitting on top of it and that covers it up. And then we come over here and this gets cut off, obviously. Copy this, 8 feet, copy that. And we got our subfloor. See, that was easy, easy peasy. And now what we want to do, let's just go ahead and draw our sonotubes. And just for the fun of it, let's draw ourselves let's go ahead and say 6 and 6. We will draw ourselves. For right now, I'm just gonna bring these up 6 inches, and I'll do the foundation later. But that's how far I want. Let's see. For now, let's just say we're gonna have them up about 4 inches. Let's go down 2 inches, and I may have to adjust this later. But then these will be underground. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the bottom of them and then bring it down. It ain't moving, is it? Oh, there it goes. That's odd how that works sometimes. 24 inches, just for now. So then what I'm going to do is I need one at least halfway. Okay, and I need another one over here, 6 and 6. So I'm going to copy this one. And see, by making that a component, I really don't have to worry about it now as far as all the details of it. Because later on I can change it and all 6 of them will change. Let's move this. We're going to copy these. And that gives us our thing. And let's just bring our framing back over 20 feet. And you'll see what I'm talking about now. Oh, we didn't move it down 2 inches. Go down. There we go. You see, it's flush with the sonotube, but it kind of has that nice little cantilever effect on the corners, which I like. Some people will let the sonotube stick out. I don't like that because what you're going to want is inside here, you're going to want plenty of room to mount your bracket. So that kind of makes the point, okay? So you got your sonotubes coming up out of the ground, and the reason you don't want these things sticking out too is because we got this step that goes across. You see, it wraps around, okay? So when you're laying out your sonotubes, just make sure they're not. It would be better if your sonotube was sticking in a little bit, okay? Don't make it more than 10 feet wide or 18 feet long. Just keep them inside that. Because you're gonna be mad when you start getting ready to build this step and these concrete piles are sticking out and they're in your way. Okay. Now, as a matter of fact, when you start to build this floor system, make sure just force this framing on the front to be flush, and then for some reason, if it's a little bigger, let them hang out in the back if they have to. Okay. Don't let them hang over in the front at all costs. Okay. Life and limb. All right, so that gets that, and that shows our sonotubes. And let's move the floor back 20 feet. Okay. Oh, we didn't get it down 2 inches yet, so we still got to move this down 2 inches. There we go. Okay, so I got this one opening in here. Sorry, I forgot to turn on the OBS to record it, but I'll show you the next one. This is a 15-foot opening, and like I was saying earlier, that with the door hardware and the track and all that on the side, we have to have at least 6 inches here, which means our framing needs to be 6.5, just like that. And really the only way to get by with having a smaller corner is to, you know, use a different type of door than a roll-up. I like the roll-up door idea. I just think you know, you got to have that space on the side for the track and all that. Now, and also up this header to 11 7/8, because I think with that 15-foot span, earlier I was thinking it was like 10 foot, but then I reminded myself by looking at this that it was 15 feet. So let's put this one in on the side and we'll see how it looks. I haven't put a door in these sloped walls, these gable walls yet, so that should be interesting. Garage door. And this one's only going to be a 5 foot. Let's call it 60 inches. And, right, let's see. Let me close this out. Let me do this. Let me make sure, because I made a mistake on the other one. 6 feet. Good thing I checked it. I don't have to change it now. Door, garage door. That would be 72 inches. And it would be 96 inches tall. We're going to make it, did I say 97, 96? I'm always trying to add the rough opening to it, but this is the door height. So then we got our two, there we go, that's stuck from where I changed it. And I think we're just going to put that in there for now. And 72. Let's update that so we won't have this weird thing going on. Let's put it right there for now. I got close, I think. And now what we'll do is we'll go inside and see if we got our 6.5. 6 and 7, 16. I'm only a 16th off. That's good for now. But that kind of gives you an idea of the frame, you know, the openings, the framing. That's how you would do it. Whether those dimensions are perfect or not, this is how you would do it. You'd have your corner on the end, and then you would come over and have your king stud like right here, and then you'd have 2 jack studs. That's how you would do that wall. And then on this wall, you would just have you'd have 1 stud against the front wall, and then a king stud, and then your 2 jacks holding up your header on this side. Now you could probably get by, honestly, on this side you could get by with a regular, just a dimension lumber. As a matter of fact, let's show that. Let's edit this opening. Let's see, wall tools, edit opening. We're gonna save some money here because these LVLs are really expensive. The only thing you could do is order, let's see, 15 and 6 is 21. You could order like 2 24-foot LVLs if you wanted to use it for both of them. Otherwise, I'm thinking just a cheap 2 2x10s. 2 2x10s. That would save you some money. Because you see, there's no load on this wall. There's no roof load on this wall. The roof load is on the front and the back wall. What I'm going to do is send Derrick a link and let him look at this, and we'll get all the wall framing worked out. Do you want any windows in the back? You know, maybe some long, narrow windows, something like that. Or is this enough light? The thing about it is, if let's say you decide to go in here, go through the small door, and you want to shut that door and you just want to have a little desk or something to work at, it would be nice to have let's say a window, 72, 24, let's make that at least 90, and I think we could probably get by with 2 9 1/4. See what that looks like. There we go. So the reason I put that in there is because, like I said earlier, if you're in the studio and say it's breezy and you just want to do some exercise inside, having a window would be kind of handy. Or if you wanted to use this as an outdoor office and you had a desk or something under the window, that would be kind of cool. If that was the case, I would probably, have the window tall enough to be maybe a little above desk height or something, so you could gaze outside and think about life. But anyway, I'm going to stop this one here because it's kind of long, all this stuff. It might not be long in your reality, but in my reality it was. So, because I messed around with playing around with the new gabled walls that Nathan put in the extension, and it's really cool. So, and it's just like anything else. Once I figure out how he's got it set up, it's easy, to do. And that's kind of where our framing stands right now. And what I'm going to do is, again, get feedback from Derrick and see what he thinks so far. And then in the next video, we'll do the roof framing, because this one has gotten a little bit too long. And then we'll also go ahead and put the steps on the side, the front and the side, and go from there. But that's kind of how the evolution of this works. We do just a block drawing, just basic shapes, and then we start going in here and doing this kind of detail with the framing. And I like doing it. It's kind of cool to see your project go from just a cartoon to an actual, a real thing. And in the next video, like I said, we'll do our rafters and roof decking, and we'll get all of our framing, and we'll have all of our sheeting done, and make some progress. So thanks for watching, guys, and let me know, Derrick, what you think.